Ah, I knew I forgot something. Hang on. And I turned off the lights. Hey, there we go. All right, there we go. Now everything's working again. Excellent, excellent, wonderful. All right, well, welcome aboard, everyone. We are back on Tower SMP. You're watching GameCrossRoads, and my name is Levi. And yes, today we're going to work on the Wild West town a bit more. I've cleared out of space this time instead of only half clearing out of space. So yeah, we shouldn't have to do as much digging. And I have brought a whole bunch of deep slate, stone, and different wood varieties up to the build site. So this time we hopefully won't have to go back and forth between the bunker over and 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 over again. So yeah, we got a shulker box full of wood, we got a shulker box full of stone types, and we got a shulker box filled with more stone types that we might want to use. Then this has a couple of other random bits and bobs from over here, and I've added a bit more detail to the side of the sheriff's department. So yes. LOL, scuff to start, leaked desktop background. You should give Montana a little idea of what you've done already. Yeah, the sheriff's office has been quite the fun build. I'm still not totally like happy with the top of it. It feels like it's missing something, but I don't know what it's missing up there. It's missing something. Maybe it's that I just made that area too big, but the problem is I can't really make it much smaller or else you'll be able to see the roof. So yeah, there's something wrong with that. Oh, maybe, you know what? Maybe I need to lift the text up one block. That might be it. Hang on. In the Old West, there was always a ledge on the top. Oh. Whoops. R E H, and then the S up there. Does lifting up the text a bit make it look a bit better? It does actually make it look a little bit better with the text up there. Okay, so that fixes it a tiny bit. There's still more that needs to be done, but that definitely helps my OCD with that. Yeah, I should bring some of this like wood stuff over just to place it all together. We got a number of people on today. Epic has been working on stuff on the server. True got on recently to help Epic with a mystery that was going on. And now DTFG is getting on because, well, it's Wednesday, baby, and it's server day. Let me just throw these blaze rods in storage. I was fixing up my pickaxe because removing the hill that was here, you can see the angle that the hill used to have, and it went up to where that is, but in height, like with that angle. So yeah, I've changed a lot there over the course of this morning. You can see where I was growing all the trees to set up for this episode because there's a huge dirt patch in the farming area. Ow. A couple of mods have updated to 1.26.1. So we've got a few background objects that are working the way they should now, which is nice. But of course, not everything has updated, so there is that. So there's a couple of like particle. Oh yeah, the music mod that one hasn't updated yet. People have been buying lots of stuff from me. They could definitely buy some blaze rods if they wanted, because I have too many blaze rods and I don't have a shop to sell them in. So I need to find some way to get rid of... Actually, I know exactly how to get rid of a lot of these. Hang on. Where did I... Yes, here we go. Okay, yes, back up to the surface. I need to cook this. We need to cook. We need to cook the chorus fruits. Ow. We also need to find a proper place to actually grow chorus plants. We could do it in our deep dark if we like made a specific part of it safe. We could grow our chorus fruit down there. That'd be pretty close to where we're planning on using it, but pretty far away from the furnaces we need to cook it with. So if you don't know what you get with chorus fruit when you cook it, you're about to learn. I'm assuming these still have... Yeah, they still have a feel on them. Good, 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 good. So these guys will get to work. There's a particular lighting implement that we can get because we have chorus fruit on hand. I cannot imagine having too many blaze rods. I don't think I've ever had a blaze rod. Well, yeah, if you're not a fan of the Nether, then yeah, you're not gonna have blaze rods. And if you're not a fan of Minecraft combat, you're especially not gonna have blaze rods because you gotta fight to get those. So with these popped chorus fruits, which we get from cooking chorus fruit, we can craft end lights, which we are going to use when rebuilding the trial chamber underneath our base. So yes, we're going to relight the whole thing. Instead of with torches, it's going to be lit using end lights because they have more of that aperture science fluorescent lighting kind of look to them. And it's a great use of our blaze rods. I die easily in Minecraft, so I avoid the Nether. Well, that's why there's a lot of stuff in the overworld. Mojang's always adding new stuff to the overworld so that, you know, if you have trouble with combat, you can just kind of build stuff with all of the stuff in the overworld. Most stuff in Minecraft isn't in the Nether or the End. It's just where some of the more unique stuff is. Like none of this room requires going to the Nether. So yeah, not going to Nether is completely valid playstyle. There we go. So we should have 2 stacks in there. There we go. Oh yeah, and that unlocks recipes for a bunch of different end blocks. Cool. So we can build with purple now if we wanted. I just play with others who are good at combat and stay where it's safer. Oh, okay, so you work as part of a community of players. Yeah, that works out quite well. Let the players who are good at that do that, and then, you know, help them with other stuff. And do your part on the surface. Makes sense. That's good playstyle. There we go. And now I can store all these up here. Take 2 stacks. And make it into a bunch of end rods. Nice. We will use those later. Oops. If I wasn't going for the green kind of lighting scheme in here, I'd probably use these because they are very nice to use as lighting. And I have I think this is, yeah, it's not normal for them to look like this. Typically they have purple ends, but I have a Vanilla Tweaks pack which gives them just stone ends, which makes it look a lot more like fluorescent lighting. So yeah, we'll be using a lot of those in a number of episodes' time. I wonder, did I have this working the other day? hang on. I don't know if I had all this working to show you guys the other day when I wanted to. I think I actually worked on this between streams and then didn't show you guys. Hang on. Ooh, Epic has hit a wall very, very hard. For one, we have a path this way now, which goes underneath the lake on the surface. It's not quite done yet, but it's getting there. But this allows us to climb up this area and pop out right behind the house. Ta-da! So we have another way down into our bunker. Ow. Yeah, I'm eventually gonna have like a little minecart thing that takes you across. But then this way, maybe I did show this off. We have a button on the wall. It makes the whole floor disappear and go down. Yeah, I don't think this was ready last episode. I think I had to use the service ladder because the elevator wasn't ready yet. So this takes us below 0. It takes us down to the negative numbers. Because this, there we go. This is how we get to our trial chamber. Which, did I leave anything in these? Not really, no. But yeah, so we're down here in our trial chamber. Yeah. And like I said, I'm going to, at first, I'm just going to repaint the entire area, replacing all of the tuff and copper with, what was it, deep slate and diorite to get the colors right for an aperture laboratory thing, and then we'll start playing around with how these rooms actually work. I'll probably put some blocks around the spawners so that they stop spawning things while I'm working, and we'll figure out some like aperture style puzzles to put in here, and we'll put some of the other players on the server through that as a mini game. And then if we go this way, this is a service tunnel for now, but it will be replaced with an actual path later. For one, it's all the tuff we could ever want because it's an iron vein. Those have a bunch of tuff in it. But down here, we'll make a proper entrance to it later, but for now, we just have this water stream which can take us down into the deep dark. Which, like I said, will be where we likely... What's over there? Oh, there's a shrieker and a lot of sensors up there. That's fun. That's great. That's totally cool and fine, and I'm not terrified about that at all. But yeah, so we'll be taking over this area and trying to rebuild it to what it may have looked like before it got all ruined and covered in skulk and all that. Should be a fun side project later. It's also going to connect, if I go over here, over this way, closer to the portal, we're going to blow a hole in the ceiling. The reason we're going to do that is because of what is above us right now. Because if I go up, over here, there's this divot in the floor up on the surface that I want to make into like an elytra method of getting in and out of here. And what's fun about this divot in the floor is that it's actually the gold mine of our Wild West town, which we'll be working on today. We won't be working on the gold mine, but we will be working on this town today. So my base is very connected, even though it looks like nothing is connected to anything. Like you wouldn't think that has a pathway to walk over there, which is connected to this and also that. But yeah, I've kind of connected up everything underground. It's very cool. I'm enjoying it. What is making that noise? Why is my computer making that noise all of a sudden? You guys can't hear it, but my computer is buzzing for some reason. Hang on. It was sitting off center. It was only sitting on 3 of its 4 feet on its platform that it's built on. That was the problem. All right, back we go. Is this? Oh, nope. This way. I'll need to come back down here with more torches at some point to fix that issue. Where's the up button? There it is. Yeah, it's quite the large elevator. It is very, very big. It's not easy to get a 6x6 elevator working properly, but I did. Oh yeah, and we have an amethyst geode that we can farm for amethyst gemstones, which is nice as well. At some point, I will build this so that it closes the elevator door when we go down, but at the minute, I just haven't done that yet. It actually probably wouldn't be that hard. All the redstone's in one room, so if I just took this redstone signal and just, yeah, plugged it into there, that would probably do it, actually. Yeah, that probably would do it, actually. If I just took that signal and just connected to that, then whenever the elevator went down... Oh, but then when the elevator comes up, I don't have anything which would detect the elevator arriving to open the door again, so I'd need another button on this side. Yeah, you can see why I haven't done this circuit yet. I hadn't actually thought it through yet. But we will work on that another time. Today we are working on the general store and whatever else I can figure out by the end of today's episode in the Wild West town. So let's get up there and get to work, shall we? Also, on the creative testing version of this server, I did do a bit of exploring around here that I didn't do in survival. Apparently, there's a way down to the deep dark through these tunnels. So that's kind of funny. Like, there's no mining required. You can just walk to the deep dark from the surface. Totally didn't expect that. It's a very funny coincidence, if you ask me. Bring these over to the build site. There we go. Okay, so this is what we are working on today. Right, so these are going to be shelving units. We're going to use item stands, or armor stands, to put some items on these shelves. This is the main bartering table, and then this is the back wall leading into the warehouse section of the building. Then up this way is... Wait, did I move that? I think the mayor's office is over there, and the town church is here? Is that what I was doing? Yeah, mayor's over there, church is over there. So it'll be on top of this hill, probably. And then we got tavern, barber, the inn, the bank, baker, the thread seamstress, sewing. What is the word I'm looking for? Clothing merchant. And then the blacksmith will be right here, and the gold mine will be there. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get started then, shall we? I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know what that is at the minute. There we go. Gonna need a lot more of these. Just thought I'd craft a few to start. Oh, background music. That's what I'm forgetting. Yeah, okay. Let me just clear out this little square of floor, and then I will get the backing track up and running. As the game attempts to get a backing track up and running before I can. No. Well, okay, I'll let that run until I get the actual music up and running. Turn this visible. There we go. And that audible. And where is playlist? We'll start from this song. There we go. Yeah, you guys can hear it. And you guys can see it. Excellent. All right. I'll turn the music in the game on more permanently once one more mod updates to 1.26.1. Oh. Oh. Wait a minute, that mod already updated. Huh? No way. Oh, it's part of a different mod. Oh, okay, those... I just didn't have the setting up high enough. Hang on a minute, how constant is constant then? Where's the button? Stop. No. Music and sound. There we go. Yeah, because I do like having the in-game music on. It just wasn't playing all the time. So if constant is constant, then I guess maybe I'll just leave that on then. We'll have more regular Minecraft audio today than usual, unless you guys want to hear the Spotify playlist. I will leave that up to you guys to decide. Because I'm good with either. Okay, we're gonna need basically at least a stack of planks worth of wood. Good either way as well. Okay, then we'll leave it with what it is for now. You know what? I think the back wall of this shop's gonna be made out of dark oak. Give it a like lacquered background essentially. I put that in here. We'll see what this looks like. There we go. I guess to be able to describe what the SMP is. Oh, well, I know you've told someone else in the audience to explain it, but I could also explain it. It's, well, it's a Minecraft SMP. Bunch of players all on a server together, running into shenanigans and all sorts of hijinks. You never really know what's going to happen in an episode, because I could be working on something, and then someone from the server decides that, you know what, today's the day that they're going to come over to my base and just do something. And what that is stands to be seen. Know what the SMP? Oh, the redstone. Yeah. I recommend checking out a video by... you know what? I should put the name of the guy who came up with the elevator next to the elevator. That would be a good idea. Was it? No, it wasn't 8-sided. What was his name? What was his name? He's the... Honestly, you could probably look up Minecraft piston elevator and you'll find him, because he's basically the piston elevator guys. He's the piston elevators guy on YouTube. So, shouldn't be too hard to find. I can look up the name if you struggle to find it. But he did make, what was it, every single size of Minecraft piston elevator from 1x1 to 12x12. Absolute madman, if you ask me. Absolute madman. But he did it, and it looks really nice. I need... Yeah, 12x12 elevator. It's crazy. I think it's like, to get it to work, I haven't seen the video yet, but to get it to work properly, it's like 12x12. Yes, that is like the dimensions of it, but the vertical dimension of it's gotta be like 40. It's like 12x12x40, because to get the engine beneath the entire thing is just absolutely massive. That's a freight elevator for sure. Yeah. Yeah, kind of makes you wish that we could do like... kind of makes you wish that we could take like the sniffer and put storage boxes on it. That'd be great. Really like that episode where you all sent Jade flying into the sky. That was a good episode. The fishing stream was really fun. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I want to do more shenanigans like that at some point, because that was fun. Very unexpected for a fishing stream. Well, we like to keep you on your toes around here, so you know. Go. You know what? I'm gonna actually put the crafting bench in the shop. Put it right there. That makes sense. You kept Jade off his toes for a bit. Yeah, I guess that's an accurate way of describing that, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. We're gonna bring the road up a couple steps to get up to the church, because the church will be put on a bit of a hill like this. Man, where'd all my torches go? I guess they went in here. The one thing I forgot to bring with me. Lighting. Let's go grab some of that. There we go. Okay, so I need... How many torches do we got in storage? Any? Nope. But we do have lanterns, so I will take that, and I'll take some campfires. You know what? We have all that wood. We might as well take some of it to be made into charcoal so we can make it into torches. That's a good idea. Because we are out of charcoal, and I prefer to use charcoal for torches than coal. because I can make a coal block and use that as decoration. Can't make a charcoal block. Though, I guess if DTFG and True have a wither skeleton farm, then I could just grab a coal from that. They're probably not. We don't. Okay. Well, I guess if they don't, then I can't really do that. Oh, right. You guys were just changing one of you guys' skins into a wither skeleton and then getting the player head. Yeah, if I'm going for heads right now. This is my dream to do that. I've heard they're not, they don't, like, they're not the hardest thing to make sometimes. They're just dangerous because it's a wither skeleton farm. Do you have an exit sign? Yes, I have some red, what is it, mangrove signs hanging up in my base with white text that's been hit with a glow... What is it called? A glow ink sac? Which makes the text glow in the dark, which is very fun. So, yeah. How did nobody explore this nether fortress? It's so close to the spawn area. So much netherwort and diamonds. Well, I'll be honest, I haven't really explored the nether that much. Despite probably being one of the people to have spent the most time in the nether on this server, I have not really explored it that much because all the time I spent in the nether was building the nether highway. So I've very thoroughly explored 4 like straight lines in the nether, and that's about it. There we go. We got a whole stack of charcoal. That will make us 4 stacks of torches. That is not going to make it to the other side. Over here, then. Am I getting attacked by... Yep. Getting attacked by phantoms. Time for a nap. There we go. Oh, yeah. I kind of like the look of that. Alright. They seem to be doing fine. Go. Now, if I was a general store owner, you know, nah, we'll do it like this. This, like that, and then like there. Perfect. There's some items shelves. Need some more spruce. Nope. There we go. There we go. We got some shelving that we can put some items on with armor stands. And he's made his table the exact same way. There we go. Yeah. Nice, nice. Can I? No. Okay. That's something you gotta steal from a Minecraft village if you want a copy of. I think there's a village that way. On the other side of that jungle, maybe? Let's see. We'll have to land on this tree to get across. You know what? I'm actually gonna leave some of the building materials back over here. That way, if I find more interesting stuff, I don't have a full inventory I have to deal with. By the way, for this project, I'm planning on leaving the windows empty. I'm not going to put anything in them, and if I do, they're just going to be like oak trapdoors. The reasoning for this is because this area is going to be a Wild West shooting minigame. I want players to be able to hide in the buildings and pop out and shoot. And to do that, I have to leave the windows open. So, thus, I'm going to leave all the windows open. So if you feel like I'm forgetting that detail in building, it is intentional that I'm forgetting that detail. There we go. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. And when I'm designing some of these interiors, not last week's interior was meant to be a reference, plain and simple, as well as kind of a recording space if we wanted to do some sort of, like, trial courtroom drama thing. Oh, I have lush caves under my base. Oh, that's cool. Didn't know. Oh, Epic is logging off for the night. There we go. Now, is there a village over here? I really thought there was. There's some of that plant there, but... Huh. Oh. Is that Savannah or is that a village? Maybe I'll be able to see from the top of that other mountain. I really thought there was a village back here that I could take some stuff from. But I appeared to be mistaken. Cool mountain though, gotta be honest. Really cool mountain. Oh, there's a huge mushroom island over there though. That's kind of cool. Oh, a shipwreck over there. Oh, hey, there's our local, oh, what is that biome called? It's like the Pale Garden, that's it. I was like the Pale Oak Forest? No, that's not it. Pale Garden, that's what it's called. Oh, whoop. No, 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 no. I want to zoom in. Yeah, no, there's like no village over here. Yeah, that's a savanna. Hill Garden biome? I don't think I know that one. Oh, well, since we're over here, we might as well check it out a little then. There's the shipwreck. Yeah, this looks like it's probably been raided already. Because there should be like a chest back here, but I don't see one. Alright, where's that Pale Garden? Should be just like over this way. Can't really see because we're staring into the sun. There it is. Behold, the Pale Garden. It is a variant of Dark Oak Forest that is a rather spooky place to be when you actually don't have shaders on, because the sky turns a pale white in this biome. Yeah, see? The whole mood of the sky changes in this biome in comparison to the biomes next to it. Like, you know when you enter the Pale Garden, because everything starts going gray. Yeah. But yeah, this is not a biome I'd say you'd want to hang out in at night. I did come over here back at the start of the season and pick up a bunch of pale oak for our base, so that I could make like the barn and such and have every sapling in the game. Don't remember picking up any of these though. Eye blossoms. These are the flowers of the Pale Oak Garden. So yeah. I left some saplings here. Wow, no one has been here since I was here last. That's kind of crazy. I don't think this Pale Garden's even big enough to spawn like the main feature of this biome, if I'm not mistaken. It would need to be bigger. I cleared a lot of it. Oh, okay, that was you. The area I'm in now. Okay, so it wasn't just me that has been here to clear out this space. Other people have also visited. Ooh, there's some open eye blossoms. Pick some flowers in the Pale Oak Garden. At least it's pretty easy to replant these places because you know exactly where to plant. But yeah, eye blossoms are a plant that looks different depending on whether it's day or night, which is kind of cool. And there's supposed to be another feature of this biome, but it doesn't seem like Minecraft's wanting to cooperate with me right now in showing it off. Which is, well, Both relieving and concerning, if you believe it or not. Because there's supposed to be a mob that lives in this biome. Hello, chicken jockey. Killed the rider. Got the music disc. Nice. No thanks. I'm over here now. I was kind of hoping we'd come across one. But the mob that is supposed to live in this biome just doesn't seem to want to show up today. Right? It's not that you've spawned underground or something. That is a nice lush cave biome. Yeah, no, I don't see this guy anywhere. Doesn't look like he spawned in. Unfortunately. I don't know how you're supposed to get the block if he doesn't spawn in, though. Because I've grown a number of pale oak trees, and I haven't gotten the block to spawn in the tree. So I thought maybe they only spawn in naturally grown trees. But I've never seen the mob that indicates that the block is nearby. So yeah, it's kind of confusing how that whole system works. Weird. Very strange. Kind of thought if I was careless enough in the biome for long enough, it would just kind of happen, but it's not. Oh. Oh, that was a skeleton I heard. Okay. I heard rustling, but it was a skeleton. Not what I was looking for. All right, well, let's head back to base. We've explored out here long enough. And hey, we got some flowers and a music disc. So, not a wasted trip, if you ask me. No, didn't touch the ground. There we go. Easy as that. Oh man, there's a lot of spots mobs can spawn up here. Let's just get rid of a couple of them. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna need all sorts of different kinds of wood and wood decorations. For one, we're gonna need a couple more barrels. That's an obvious thing. Gotta have some barrels in here. Yeah, perfect. Then we're gonna need some spruce doors. There we go. We'll have one here. And I think we'll have one over here. Nice. Let's move this over a block, I think. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that feels a bit better centered in the room. And maybe I want to pull this away from the window by one. I think I do. Feels a little cramped next to the window there. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's how that should be set up. Okay, so let's get some timbers across the room here. Yeah, that feels low enough to be realistic. Yep, perfect. Now, which way should we put the roof? Because we got a couple ways in here. Oops. Guess I should do that. Yeah, perfect. Can I... Hang on. Is this a thing I can do? No, not a thing I can do. I just thought maybe I could take up the whole block space with the door instead of having to use trapdoors. There we go. Ah, I thought I turned you off. There we go. Oh no, I put the phone on silent, but I didn't actually cancel any of the alarms. That's what happened. Move the steps a little closer. Yeah. Gonna need a bit of dirt to put in the path here as well at some point. Go. And now you got a nice spot that you can walk up. Perfect. There. That's how high I think the ground in front of the church is going to be. Which means that to enter the warehouse for the shop, you actually enter up on a lifted catwalk from the warehouse. which will look pretty nice, I think. That was just a temporary block to fill space. Actually, I could put those on the edge of this. No, that blends in too well. I don't like that, actually. Slightly fancier table? Yeah, slightly fancier table. I like that. Yes, actually, that's great. We're gonna do that in the bar, too. That looks awesome. Because then you can have stuff stored back here. Nice. Okay, okay. And we'll probably want a couple more of those, actually, to put up on the wall behind him as storage shelving. Go. Eh? Ah, okay, there we go. I was close. I was very confused there. Yeah, there we go. That looks right. A couple of scattered shelves for storing stuff on. So now we've got most of the rooms set up in the front for the general store. Now we come back here to start building out the warehouse space, which is going to be a maze of chests and shelving and barrels probably, and a couple ladders. Maybe only one or two though. we go. Perfect. Yeah. I'll do the same thing over there. Oh yeah, look at this. This is starting to look good. I like this. I like this. I think the entrance will be right here. And we'll use maybe birch for the lifted floor here. I'm using this as the idea of like it's a floor that's gotten a bit dirty. But we'll switch it out when we get the birch in. There we go. Now up here, I'm actually going to have a second floor, but it's going to be an exterior second floor, I think. Because that will allow a player to enter this second floor outdoor area from the warehouse and give them the ability to attack anyone in this main area. We're going to do the same thing with a watchtower by the gold mine area so that you could have a duel across the street. Yeah, that'll look nice. That'll be fun. Ow. It'll also allow a player to jump over to this roof, which could allow them to climb up on top of the sheriff's office, which will be a pretty cool gameplay thing, I think. Now, up here, what to do for the floor material? Probably stone would look most like the material used on top of one of these kinds of roofs. So just stone slabs. Consider a lot of different things when you design. When you're designing from like both a like I'm trying to balance multiple things here. One, I want it to look nice in Minecraft. Two, I want the materials used to be at least somewhat historically accurate. Three, I'm trying to design a mini game as well. I should probably cut at least one or two of those things out to service the other things on the list. But I just can't help myself. I want it to be all three. Yeah, stone is essentially working as our like gravel roof here. This will look pretty good, I think, yeah. Anyone got raw nether bricks? No, I don't think I do. Oh, Cat's got some. Okay. At least he did when we were on. Okay. I guess go check there then, yeah. Makes sense. Funny thing I found out. Yeah. So, on my... See that bit that I'm making flash in and out? Where it says facing, half, hinge, open, powered. So, as it turns out, I found this out from a short I saw on YouTube, but zombies don't look for whether they can see through a door or not when trying to pathfind through it. They only look at that open state of the door. So where it says false, where it's closed right now, and then open when it's, you know, when you can walk through it, you can actually trick a zombie by placing a door in a slightly different fashion. Oh, what was it? If you place it like this, was it? See, it's closed. And now it's open. So the zombie will only try to access the door when it's like this. But they can't get through. And if the door's left open, the zombie will not try to pathfind through this because it thinks that the door is shut. It's pretty cool if you ask me. So you can leave the doors in buildings open or not have to worry about the doors being left open if you just place the doors in such a way that it says open false when open true, essentially. It's kind of funny. It's one of those things that, from a game dev standpoint, yeah, that makes sense. That's probably the best way to do it. But from a game player standpoint, you're like, why does it work like that? That's so funny. It's so silly. There we go. These parts of roofs are always difficult to figure out what you're gonna do. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Ooh, it's looking moody in here. I'm liking that. Ooh, I do like that, yeah. When we add this on top. Yeah, it's looking good. There we go. It's okay, I'm one short. Perfect. And then where did I put those lanterns? Here? Yep. Get rid of that. How much more do we need to properly light this space? That's it, actually. Wow, we can just have that there and it's validly lit. Cool, I'm gonna do that. Gonna leave that. We're doing that. Yep. Because I do like a bit of moody lighting down here. Inside the building should be a bit darker. Because if you want light, you got windows and you only show up during the day. Two of those. Go. Go. Oh, right. It's weird. Don't know why it's like that. There we go. And then I can just place that there. Yeah. That probably looks fine from over here, right? Moderately, yeah. It's kind of a weird different color. So if we took these off and put these here instead, would that look better? Whoa. Wasn't expecting that. That was sudden. I wonder. Oh, wait. Here we go. What if I can need these? I'm actually gonna need a couple more oak trapdoors than I thought I would. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That looks a bit better. And I can just kind of cover it by doing that. And now you won't really notice that it's kind of weird on the other side. There we go. leave this open as kind of a suggestion. Hey, you can jump this way to get over there. Which we could then get a player to jump up onto the main roof subtly by just taking this, lowering it. That way, we'd have to break part of the roof and lower it. Yeah, like that. That would allow someone to get up here. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Grab some of these. There we go. You know, I wonder if those would look better. Hang on. Would it look more put together if I did this? Hey, you know, that's kind of fixing it. That is kind of fixing it, actually. Hang on. If I just craft a couple more. Again, this is where Mojang needs to give us vertical slabs. Which, I'm gonna be honest, with the success of Hytale, I do think Mojang will give us vertical slabs. I think they're waiting until they finish all this back-end code before they do something like that. And I think that's the last time the Mojang will ever give us something like that, where it's like a weird block shape in comparison to what's typically in the game. They'll give us half slabs and then tell us to never ask for anything again. Yeah. Now imagine how good that would look if we had vertical half slabs to put up the side of it. Consider. Yeah. Can't cap these off if I want to put lanterns on some of them. Okay, so now we need to get that birch wood so that I can make the kind of scaffolding scares. The scaffolding scares. Are you scared of scaffolding? The scaffolding stairs to put in here. I'm just gonna throw that in there for now. Whee! Of course, we don't have a lot of birch, so we'll probably want to plant some birch while we work on the other stuff. So we'll see how many birch saplings we have spare. Oh, hey, well, look at that. We do have a bunch of birch slabs we could just take with us right now. Ooh, or would we do nah, I don't think we'll do jungle. I will take some of these other blocks with me, though. Because they could be helpful. Heck, I'll even take some pale oak with me. Yeah, we are low on the birch. Good to know. We'll plant probably both stacks. And we'll take all the wood that there is. Just gonna do exactly what I did with the oak, but with birch. Oh. Whoops. Just gonna punch that spot out so I remember to put a light back there later. Perfect. We have a brick of saplings now. Oh wait, hold on. The bone meal I would need to make more of those lights is right down here. There we go. Nice. They're already growing. Cool. Cool. What's in this? Ah, okay. Just glass and some other junk. Cool. Alright, let's get this walkway built up, shall we? Gonna need some stairs, obviously. Go. Let's go like that. And then guess we'll go like this. There we go. There we go. Is not at all OSHA approved, but that's not the point right now. Yeah, so let's get some... what should we use for oak trapdoors? Yeah, more oak trapdoors. There we go. Oh wait, no, we need that there. There we go. I got some railings there. And now we got railings there. Now, can we get railings to go down here? My guess is probably maybe. Actually, it looks like we can. There we go. Some railings there. And then some railings there. Perfect. Okay. Nice. So now we just need to actually fill out this warehouse with stuff. Probably gonna cover over this whole pit. Where does this even go? Oh, it goes in here. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, because that pops out over on this side. Alright, well maybe we won't close up entirely, but we will close off the open top nature of it. This will give us a stable platform that we can build the rest of the warehouse on top. It's in line. Okay, gotta build down one layer. Because I forgot I'm digging out this layer of the floor. So I actually need the floor that I'm placing the floor on to be a little bit lower. How far from this do we want? Probably maybe like 4 blocks from this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would mean that the room ends, well, right there. There we go. Yeah, that seems fine. There we go. Okay, so put this in there, take this out, snap that into a bunch of planks. So the question now is, what does this maze look like? Because we want this warehouse spec here to be a bit of a maze that is difficult to navigate, so that it can be kind of like a area for two players to like run around in and try and get the drop on each other. So obviously the path from the stairs directly to the door must be blocked by something really close by, like that. Perhaps put something here to stop a player running straight into the room to do something, so they gotta go this way. So obviously whoever's back here has to get drawn this way for a bit. Perhaps we got this here. I'm out of that kind of building block. I want more of it. I want to draw this out with terracotta because I have it. There we go, terracotta. We want these walkways to be no wider than like 2 blocks, I'd say. So like here. It's not the most maze-like area, but it definitely is a maze. Especially if we go like this. This like thin diagonal bit here, and have some way of climbing up here that isn't like noticeable at first. There's like a hiding place right here. So you could hide from someone who's chasing you and watch them leave. Yeah, it doesn't need much light in here either. Okay. Now that's nice. I like this. This looks nice. You know, I might just make that the thumbnail for today's episode. There we go. It's a good thumbnail, I think. There we go. It does depict what you've been doing. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, there we go. That kind of blocks sight lines a little bit. You can see what's going on over there, but you can't do anything about it. Alright, we gotta make a couple more barrels. Oh, there's a dark spot here. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Need a log here to stabilize the building. Wait a minute, does that fit perfectly? Oh my goodness, that fits perfectly. That's weird. How did I do that? I don't know how I did that. I also know that these windows actually need to be a block shorter. There we go. Yeah, that looks more warehouse-like. Yep, definitely. Wait, does this corner? No, this corner doesn't have it either. There we go. There we go. Whoops, we're gonna have planks. Alright, perfect. I'll just put some torches up here until we get the roof situation sorted out. Should have brought some of that glow lichen over here. That would have been smart. Then again, I did bring bone meal over, and there's glow lichen right there. So I could fix the problem on that roof right now if I really want to. Just gotta stretch. There we go. Yeah, that looks like a storage room. I'm looking at that. That's a storage room, all right. Ooh, the thing that's right here that allows the player to get up there quickly could be like a slime block launcher. Because then it's like a skill check, essentially. Can you leap up and grab the railing to get out of here? Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea. This came together quite quickly and quite well. Oh. Hello. I saw you land on the roof. What is he looking at?
Where is he?
Where's who?
DTF, you were supposed to come, and now he's just nowhere to be found.
Was he in the nether with you, or? Oh, yeah, he was in the nether, evidently.
I'm not allowed to speak until he's here. It's the rules,
okay.
I guess.
Well, you're kind of speaking right now.
Yeah. Don't tell him.
Oh, there he is. Oh, got a shield and everything.
Oh, I can finally speak. I can speak.
Hello.
I wasn't speaking before.
In honors of the new shop opening, you are getting freshly made, unnamed Guinness. Listen to
Ah, right. There's a new That's funny.
It
makes sense.
I want to drink this.
How long is it for?
No, every alcohol is going to be a bad time. It has to be. For some reason, I thought there was a nausea potion, and I think that would have been elite if there was one. But there's not.
Yeah.
Like
Here's your
three
glasses
boys
back.
chilling on.
Makes sense for the drink to actually be a negative status effect. Oh, you know what? That'd be a great use for the cauldron now. Think about it. Mojang, I got an idea for you. Allow us to pour potions, up to 3 potions. Allow us to pour up to 3 potions into a cauldron, because you can take 3 water bottles out of a cauldron. Allow us to pour bottles of potions into cauldrons, and that mixes the potions together. So you can then right-click with another bottle to get a mixed potion back out. Huh?
He's a genius.
That's a cool idea.
Genius.
You could mix up to 3 potions together. It would be a weaker potion, of course, because you're only getting a third of the actual effect. So maybe shorten the time would make sense, because you're not drinking as much of the potion. Yeah. So if you mix 3 potions, you only get a third as much time of the effect, but you can stack different effects. Oh, that's a cool idea. How would I...
Mojang needs to employ you.
I know for a fact I am an ideas guy. I'd love to be able to pull off some of the stuff that I come up with in Minecraft, but I'm not good at Java. Not good at Java coding. But
Bedrock's got it good for certain things.
yeah, they've made it a bit easier to put stuff together in Bedrock, but with all of the backend stuff that they're fixing with Java Edition, I think they're trying to bring Java Edition closer to that. Because I think, it was a system they added, what was it, like, no, it wasn't 2 years ago. I think it was a year ago. They added a system by which you could specify a new wood type, and it would generate all the rest of the wood blocks you needed. You just needed 1 wood texture, the name of it, and then a model for the tree. And that could give you a new wood type in the game pretty easily.
What? Damn.
But it's why we got mangrove and then pale oak so quickly after each other, was because they had developed that system.
Oh, here. That's pretty handy.
Yeah.
Because when I hear how I'm a scam on the server right now.
What do you mean?
So I learned, because obviously anything I make is technically Irish because of Ireland. So This is what I'm selling right now, and this is a total scam, but people keep buying them. 32 baked potatoes now. Because I'm Irish, I can say Irish baked potatoes, because obviously I made them for 32 for 1 diamond, and they've been selling. Irish stew, nice stew that's from a cow that's infinite. Irish stew, 1 diamond per 1. It's selling.
Yeah, if
That's
you
funny.
have a theme for your like food shop, you can increase the prices a bit because of the experience of buying there.
Oh yeah, these Guinnesses are going to be like 3 diamonds.
What?
I'm glad I enjoyed the free sample.
Well, if your bar around here needs anything supplied for free, you know.
You know what? I
I'll
might just
supply you some goodness.
I might just requisition some for the tavern across the street from the general store.
It's also a vibey place. Like you gotta go have dinner at once. I'm gonna make the room upstairs a rentable room, just because it's literally like you said. It's just the aesthetic of what it is makes it that you can sell it for more. So it's like a diamond a night to sleep in a bed. I'm gonna make so much money.
You could make it. What was it? You could do it like gold nuggets as the currency for the room.
Oh, that is so much.
5 gold nuggets a night.
Coffee. Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a useful. It's kind of a useful kind of feature for the nuggets to be used as a coin-based currency. It's like because you could use bronze, or not bronze. You could use what is it? Copper. You can use copper nuggets as the lowest form of currency, iron nuggets as the middle form of currency, and then gold nuggets as the high form of currency.
Do you think this sounds a little bit weird? Do you think I should change all of my items in that shop to that currency, but when you go into the shop, like you trade 1 diamond in for like 64 gold nuggets that are renamed, and you can use that to spend it on multiple different items, or is that that's too complicated? It's too complicated.
Perhaps if you had an entire base which had a market that worked like that, I think that would work. But just for a shop in the shopping district, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll just stick the scam on people for potatoes.
I'm the rooftop brawl.
Well, I've done this in a way on your streams.
You guys always end up getting into a fist fight. I've got to have some sort of aura that does this, and I don't know what's going on about it. Oh goodness, now you're on fire. I do not have a water bucket, and there's no well in this town. Uh-oh. Whoa, what the heck? What is that?
It's a test alert. It's a test alert. They did it to us too.
What? It just turned out it wasn't. I just
that was
casually
crazy.
sit here where I'm from, watching you get up. So
sheesh.
It's a test alert. They did that to us too.
Yeah.
Scary.
Wow, that came out of nowhere.
Really go off.
That's a perfect YouTube short if I ever heard one.
Well, what was funny was I saw you coming around with your elytra, and I was like, uh-oh, he's gonna come spear someone, I better run out of the way, and then the emergency siren goes off.
Oh no, those days of aggression's over from us. Stephen may actually be retired.
Yeah.
I hope you liked the prank statue I left in your base.
That was so cool. You had to take it down because it blocked the bottom blocks, but that was insane.
That was unfortunate that it kind of meant you couldn't put a back wall on your build, but hang on, I have a screenshot. I'm going to show the chat what I built.
Another word.
No, that's not it. Where is it? Folder, screenshots. What's the best looking image of it? Probably that one. Copy.
A day for my shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was
and paste. Okay, now I can access it from the stream. Where is thing? There's thing.
Surely Levi doesn't know the Juno lore. Juno just... I mean, when we found him in the shop district to return him yet again today, we went to his area. The wall was blocked up, like there was no way for him to get out, and he still got out. it's
you guys having pet troubles?
Juno is Layton's like executive donkey in his business
Right.
building, but he's always leashed up. You always find him just in random spots around the world. You return him, but it got to this stage. We found him today, went to return him, and the doorway was fully blocked off, so there was no physical way for this donkey to get out, and he was just roaming.
That's weird. That's really weird. Anyways, I did grab the image to show the stream
Stole
what
my
I
joke.
built. So inside of True's base, and some of you might have noticed so far on the stream, I haven't mentioned it, but the statue that was sitting in the middle of the lake is now gone. That is because I picked it up and moved it over to True's base, and it looked like this. Ta-da! That's not exactly what it looked like when I finished up. There were some stone pillars on either side of it that I also, or black stone pillars that I put up on either side of it. I do not have the inventory space for any of this.
He's junk loading again. Wait, what?
What? You
Did it
you
mean
did
like
this. You
I'll take
caused
that.
this.
Yeah, but you threw it at me.
But yeah, so I took the statue, I set it up looking pretty cool, I'd say. And I'm not taking those bowls. I'm not a mobile trash can.
That statement you made earlier about just anything can happen in any episode, people just decide to shoot up and do random things. It's just
Yes,
human
that
torture.
is the case, isn't it? Ooh, lanterns, I will take those.
I knew I would take it.
No.
Ah, cool.
I would like that back.
Does he know the photo's still on the screen?
Yeah, I know. I just couldn't do anything about it because it's on a different computer.
Did you read
You
the
run
name?
2 computers? What? Who's got a streaming computer? Is this
Well,
true?
you see, I had to upgrade my PC at one point to make the stream better, so I got a new computer. So I figured if I could just get footage from my new computer to my old computer, I wouldn't have to worry about the stream using up a bunch of RAM and messing with the game I'm playing. So that's why I have 2 computers. I had to upgrade my computer at one point, and I just decided to continue using 2 computers.
That animation was so funny on your stream of me dancing there. That's such a funny, like, animation. Whoa.
Yeah, it's because I've got where is it? Resource packs. Oh, they're not all active. That's weird. That one's
It's
not
not
active
fused.
either. Is that everything that is supposed to be active? Yeah, I think it is. This is supposed to be at the bottom though. Just put this down here. There we go. So yeah, I have Fresh Animations player expansion, and then from the Fresh Animations Discord channel, the Fresh Animations player extension plus,
Please
what is it? Just expressions, fresh moves, that kind of stuff.
do it. I dare you.
I just pressed escape instead of
Just
enter.
leave
I
it
don't know
alone.
if it actually just applied what I wanted it to. Can't see anything. There's a loading screen.
Yeah, you better run.
Oh, that sounded like someone just died.
If I hit him with my fire aspect sword, he probably would have died.
Ah, then what was written in the chat then? I heard the chat tick over.
Yeah, run away. He tried to kill me. And then
Oh,
he
I
ran away.
see. That was him leaving the game that I heard. I get it.
Yeah, he tried to kill
Yep.
me. Now he's running away.
Okay, yeah, that did actually apply
Scary
everything
little
properly.
DTF.
Good.
Hmm.
But yes, the texture pack I have, if I go into... Oh yeah, if I just drop this camera here. There we go. It allows my character's eyes to be properly animated and also have some really nice character animation going on.
I don't see it.
Well, no, you can't see it because you don't have the texture pack. You would need the right texture pack to be able to see my eyes being able to move around. They're just moving around at random, but it happens to time up with how I'm talking pretty well quite often. Hi.
Huh. Hello. I don't see it.
But yeah, you would need to have either fresh animation, no, not fresh animations, just expressions, or fresh moves, or the Fresh Moves like connection pack of Fresh Animations player extension. Any of those three texture packs, along with the mods, entity model features and entity texture features, put all that together and you could see my character's eyes moving. What's funny is that all it takes is just adding like 6 pixels to your Minecraft skin, and that allows your character's eyes to now move.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, I should probably get back to work on the rest of this town, so back I go.
Looks good.
There's a dark spot here. There we go. Oh, True's internet just died now. I don't think the connection is having a good day, folks. If I had to guess. All right, so now we need to get all of these shelving in the other room up and running. So we're going to use some chiseled bookshelves. We're not going to use pale oak to do that. We're going to use regular oak. There we go. We're going to have some chiseled bookshelves. I'll grab 10 of those. What's funny is I think chiseled bookshelves, their recipe is just a barrel. Yeah, but they've added a half slab to the middle. Kind of funny, gotta be honest. There we go. And then a whole bunch of chests as well. There we go. Let's get building, shall we? So we'll put something like that there. That makes some sense. And then maybe some stacked barrels this way. We'll put just like a shelving unit here. So, like that. No, let's use a different wood type. Let's use oak stairs, I think, in that spot. There we go. Whoops. My mouse slipped. There we go. There we go. So you can see someone who's like crouching down back here. Because the idea is we want people to be able to see somewhat what's going on from up here, but maybe not be able to exactly see what's going on. So like, is there any way of seeing down there through those shelves? Barely, but not really, because that typically will block your view. Right here you can. So if you were crouching right here to see if anyone was hiding in there. Oh, nope. Here, and nope, and there, and down this way. Yeah. Nope. This way. This way. There we go. So you would be able to see someone who's walking back here. even if they're crouching. You'd see them sneaking through. Which I think would work pretty well in like a hide and seek kind of scenario. Yeah. Then we'll put some chests right here. There we go. And behind, we'll put some of these, I think, yes. There we go. Because then you can't see through this to the other side. So someone could be just crouched down, hidden back here. Very difficult to see from over there. We'll have like a palette of wrapped stuff right here. There we go. And probably a shelf right here. Shelves right there. Oh yeah, this is looking good. Look at how this is coming together. It looks like an overfilled storage room, which is exactly what I was going for. Yeah, and the point of this here is if you're chasing someone through here and they get around these two corners first, you can always shoot them right through that gap. Or the other way around, you can be lying in ambush right here, waiting for someone to come around that corner and then fire at them and then run away. Both of those work quite well. Liking this quite a lot. Yeah. Actually gonna increase the height of everything in here by 1 block, I think. Just to make the room feel taller, essentially, by making everything in this room taller. Oh yeah, this is feeling claustrophobic, and that's exactly how it should be feeling. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Let's get some more of this wood crafted. And then let's craft some more of these trapdoors. There we go, big shelving unit essentially. Need one more chest. There we go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's grab some sticks because we're gonna need a bunch of fences for a later part of this. Is that? Oh yeah, there's a pillager over there. Good to know, good to know. So I downloaded a texture pack that makes pillagers look a little different. They have variants in their texture now. So sometimes they look like they're a higher or lower ranking pillager, which is kind of cool. It sounded like someone was attacking the pillager, but... Oh, maybe they fell. Oh. Hello? Get out of my storage room. We had a bandit in here. Hello? Don't you aim that at me. Yep. You better run. Now I saw their boss man go over this way. Or at least I thought I saw the flag bearer. Oh, there you are. Ow. Coming over? Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, I got him. I think that one got him. Yep. Certifiably. I could have sworn I saw more of them, but I guess maybe I didn't. Nope, that's a squid. Weird. Very weird. Whee! Oh right, yeah, I need the I need those fences I was talking about. There we go. That should fix the spawn point issue that we had in here. Yep. And then up here, we'll place another one. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we need, how many more chests was it? Just one? One more chest and 2 more barrels, and then that room will be done. 2 more barrels, 1 more chest, and then I need some trapdoors. Oh yeah. I really like how this area feels. You know what? I might actually leave that as a way to climb up here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, over here, the way to get out of here quickly is like that. Mm-hmm. Nice, nice. And it's kind of hidden there. You might not notice that at first. Unless I go like that. And then like this. It's like a stool that's sitting there. Yeah, actually I'm gonna leave it as a stool that's sitting there. So there's 2 ways up on top, one at the either end. And that allows someone who knows about it to get through here much faster. Okay, this went well. This went really, really well. Now to put the roof on this section. Okay, put all this away. We ain't gonna need any of that for a bit. What we need is deep slate. And man, do we have a bunch of that. Oh yeah, actually we are gonna need those fences back. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so right here. There we go. Come on. There we go. I just did not want to place that. Oh, no. Come on. Work with me here. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's looking good. There we go. Nicely done. Now I just have to figure out how to get the curve around here. There we go. Oops, that's too low. Right there. And we'll put one lantern hanging from the inside of this roof. Yep, that looks right. Look at that. That looks great. I'm loving that. Yeah. Yeah. Really, this area is light enough. Huh. Do you start with a picture in your mind or just some general ideas? I'll be honest, most of this build has been freehand. Like, each individual part, I've constructed an idea in my head, but not exactly how to put them together. Like, so with today's build, it was kind of easy in here because we'd already brainstormed what the furniture would look like. Hang on. There we go. We'd already brainstormed what the furniture would look like in this room from last episode. So I knew I wanted a table here that held stuff. I wanted some storage boxes here, and I wanted a customer kind of service table right here, which I knew I was going to hang up some stuff behind it. This I just threw in as well because I thought, hey, this corner is a bit bare. It needs something in it. So I just kind of threw it in there. I knew when I wanted to walk in here, I wanted to be able to look up there and see someone standing there if someone was coming in, or be able to interact with someone who's over there, and that this would be a maze, but I didn't know what the maze would look like, as you saw when we developed it. The whole idea of this part here, only came into an idea when we decided this was going to be a flat roof. When this became a flat roof that people could get up onto, suddenly there needed to be a way up here, because why would this be like this if there wasn't a way up here? Well, that meant this had to be built, which gave even more reason for this to be there, even though it was part of the original plan anyways. Now, the inspiration on the outside of the building here for the stairs going up is I saw some images online because I was like, how do Wild West boardwalks work in real life? And in some towns, the boardwalks were just a porch outside of each building. Each building had its own little porch. Now, in others, it was like one big connected road that made all the buildings kind of like one big complex building thing. And I wanted to go with that for at least this part of town because I think that looks really nice, right? It looks really nice. And in those towns, they kind of followed the terrain with the like actual floors of their structure. And if a building was a bit higher than the building next to it, the boardwalk would just go up with the next building. So you had doors at different heights for buildings that were next to or even connected to each other. So since I already wanted an upper access in here, and I wanted the church to be up on a hill, that meant I could put all those ideas together into this bit of terraining that we worked on today. So yeah. But yeah, I honestly sometimes surprise myself with what I can kind of just throw into existence, and it kind of just works. But I have the feeling that is because of how much of it I have done over the years, both on these streams and in my own time on my own servers. You know, the old 2-week Minecraft phase where you just got that hankering for a bit of Minecraft. So you get on, you start a new world, you get to like iron or something, or whatever your comfortable level of tech is in Minecraft, and then you kind of just stop because that's where the game's no longer fun for you because you've done all that bit before. You don't need to prove that you can get all those resources again. And then you just kind of stop playing because you don't have any ideas. I've done that enough times and left enough builds incomplete that I've gotten pretty good at just throwing together stuff pretty quickly because I don't think I'm going to be on the server as much as I might think I am right now. So it's a skill. It's a skill that I've built up through not finishing things. But you can also build that skill by finishing things. That's a thing you can do. We're gonna make this into a door that zombies won't think to walk through. That way. Yeah, there we go. Now zombies can't get through there. LOL, it's a hilarious way to look at it. Yeah, yeah, it is, isn't it? It's a skill that I have created through failure, which is interesting, but yeah. It's the truth. You can do it through success, though, and you should try and do it. You should try and build this skill through success, not failure. Yeah, there we go. No, I want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. How do I? I don't think there's a way of doing this door so that these are labeled as closed. Oh well. Actually, we often learn more from our failures than we do from our successes. Yeah, you are right there. I guess you are right there. There are two things that I can say about, like, oh, well, what motivates you to build stuff? One, what motivates me to build stuff is I have these ideas in my head and I want them to be somewhere that, you know, can't really be forgotten because it's a place, it's a file, it's a folder, it's a drive, it's whatever. It's just not in my head anymore. But on like the server, because I've like I said, I've started and I've canceled a whole bunch of like solo games that I've played. But on this multiplayer server, I just keep getting on and I keep playing. It's partially because there are people on the server that I like to play with. DTF, True, King, Thrumbo, Jade occasionally, Epic, and all of the new guys who are now joining as well. They're all very fun to interact with and play with. And I want to build cool stuff for them to look at. I hope they are also building cool stuff. One, because they like to build cool stuff and they want other people to see it. Which is kind of funny with how far away from everyone I put my base. Like, you would think I don't want anyone to see this stuff because, like, that's the next nearest base way over there. Other than Jade's, of course, which is like, there? There? It's either there or there. I don't remember exactly which one it is. What was I doing? Oh yeah, a roof. I was building a roof. I forgot about that. With how wide this building is, I'm going to try and flatten out the roof a bit more than I have with the other ones. Yeah, I'm going to flatten out the roof a bit by doing this, essentially. We're only going to go up a half slab every 2 blocks. There we go. And then over here. Perfect. And once we finish this build, I think what we might do for the rest of the episode is just go around to the other buildings in town and just kind of brainstorm some layouts and give you an idea of what I am planning on putting in each building, because some of the buildings are going to have things that you might not be expecting. Maybe. I don't know what you're thinking of. I know I've got an idea, but I don't know what you're thinking. There we go. That is our roof. Was I supposed to be thinking? I'm watching so I can stop thinking. Oh. Well, no, you might have a preconceived notion of what I might be doing inside of some of the different interiors around here. Right, you were, right. Hold on a minute. I need a bucket. Hang on. I don't know if I have a bucket in here. It appears that I do not. But I need this. I forgot that the general store owner was gonna have a pet armadillo. Hang on a minute. I need a bucket. I need water. And I need stat. Woo! Does anyone want to come up with a name for our little armadillo? I'm taking suggestions. Go, we got that. Do Dylan, okay. Dylan the armadillo. Yeah, that makes sense actually. I do like that. For some reason, my brain was like, hey, call the armadillo Herman. Herman the armadillo. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe? Is that some? It's not much to me. But if you guys think that's funny, then we'll do that. Oh yeah, if I'm gonna do a name tag thing, I actually need the name tag to do. Dylan the armadillo. Yeah? I think that would work out quite well. Unless anyone else has got any suggestions I can mull over. I need a name tag. Bum, 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 bum. Name tag. These are way easier to craft nowadays. Because now we can just where is it? Get in here. Grab me. You know what? Yeah, iron's basically super cheap for me now. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? No. Do I store it over here? Paper, yep. Because now we can craft name tags. We couldn't do this last update, but we can do this now. We can craft name tags with a piece of paper and a nugget. So we can name all sorts of things now. Might as well have a couple of these. Dylan the armadillo. Yep, I like that. All right, let's get Dylan's pen set up. You sure do get a lot of exercise for your character. Can you imagine if you were playing in VR? I have played Minecraft in VR, and oh my goodness, yeah, that's a workout. Actually, hang on. Need this, and then do that, and then do this, that. I need a lead. Where'd you go? Dylan, where'd you go? I know he's around here somewhere. We saw him just before we went to get the bucket. You in the hole? No. Where'd you go? Where are you hiding? Ah, there you are. Dropped a skew. Hey, you. Come with me. Come here. There we go. We attach you right there. Then we put half slab. Then we put some water. And then we put a coral fan right there. There we go. Dylan the armadillo. This guy's a little spot right there. And he should wander around just like a little bit, I think. I don't think his movement is completely disabled by being leashed up, because I know most other creatures' movement is not disabled by being leashed up. I think I just need to be far enough away, and then he'll scoot around a little bit. If not, I'll just push him further onto the nest area. Yeah. So that's the general store owner's pet armadillo. Very nice. Very nice. Make some more deep slate. Oh. Ah, there's their captain, I think. See, isn't this a cool texture pack? It makes them look really nice. They do kind of look like, you know, roving bands of raiders. Where's the... The sim distance must be really low on this server. Yeah, because mobs despawn incredibly quickly from view. Or not despawn, disappear from view incredibly quickly. Build this all the way across, might as well. I had just the right amount. go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That is not a doable jump, I don't think. 'Cause it's a 3-block half-up jump. No, is that full up? No, that's a full up jump. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. A little bit of impossible parkour right there. Okay. I do want to get the what is it? The potion of Bad Omen potion or whatever it's called. Where'd the captain go? Ow. Now, where'd your captain go? Goodness, this goes down for quite a ways. Yeah, it goes almost all the way down. That's crazy. Oh, wait. It does go all the... Whoa, it goes like all the way down. Oh, that's cool. It's a neat little hidden detail under there. That is like one of the deepest canyons I've seen in Minecraft, and it's right behind my base. Cool. I'm guessing the pillager captain must have left the hostile mob radius and despawned. Man, look at that. I'm so proud of that build. Yeah, okay. This was looking just like kind of a meh kind of Wild West town build at first. But now that we got 2 buildings in here, like this is actually starting to look like a town, and I'm starting to get excited. Yeah. All right, I need dirt. I need more dirt to get the path in here. It's like I've said on a couple of other streams, you just gotta start doing the project. It's not going to look good at first. No project does. You just need to start working on it. Because if you don't start working on it, the project will always look daunting. The project will always look bad. It's not until you've gotten a ways into it that things are actually gonna start looking like you want them to. Yeah, that's probably gonna be enough stacks of dirt. Woo! Yeah, that should probably be made of wood, actually. Let's try and give the look of that 2-block area, so... Go. Okay, so we'll build this in, and that'll help us figure out how the hill needs to be built that the church then sits on. Man, that was already a stack of dirt. There we go. Now I need to tamp it down. And there we go. There's that street done. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Some of the future builds aren't going to be nearly as big. Like, the bank will probably be pretty big because that's going to be part of one of the mini games. But the blacksmith, the tailor, and the baker are probably not going to be as large of buildings. The barber's probably going to be a small building, but it's going to be between the inn and the tavern. So both of those are going to be pretty large buildings with stuff to do in both. I think maybe the inn... Oh, hi there. Oh, we already got a cowboy in this town. Well, how do you do? Hang on. Let's get to the point of things. Let's also light up those roofs, would probably be a good idea. Since, you know, things are spawning. But yeah, I've got 2 plans for games. One, there's going to be a poker table where you can play a game of, what did they call it? Stat poker, I think is what it's called. And then another will be a redstone machine of a, what is it? Slot machine. That's what they're called. They're called slot machines. Because I saw a video of how to build a minimalistic redstone slot machine in Minecraft, and I kind of want to do that now because it looks really cool. The design is really well made. Whew, that is a lot of spawnable area. Alright, let's start putting some of this down. Hang on. If I put this like 2 blocks over. Wow, it doesn't light up all the way down there. Oh, I wonder what's lighting up this spot. Doesn't look like there's anything in there that's lighting it up, though it is funny. I left a crafting bench in there. Strange. Very weird. Oops. And then right here should cover it. Yeah, that's this whole roof, except right there. Done. Whoop. I also need to do right here and right here. Let me just take that down. Oh, wait a minute. There's a torch here. Can't have that. Yeah, and as expected, that completely throws this side of the roof out of whack. Nope. A bit further. There we go. There we go. Whee! Good, that does work. It doesn't work there. Oh, hey, that perfect. That did light all of that up. There we go. And then we'll put another one right there. That is hilarious. That is perfectly just across. Okay, so you didn't move, so I'm just gonna push you a little bit further onto your little area. Perfect. Yeah, where'd that zombie go? I heard you. Where'd you go? There we go. All right. Let's just fill in this bit of road over here. Because I evidently must have run out of dirt last time I was working on this, because this isn't done yet. There we go. All right, there we go. And that road is, we're gonna say done for now. It's of course gonna go up, or maybe I'll have like a switchback staircase that goes up to the mayor's house. I wanted to. But yeah, look at this. This is looking great. Oh, I could put a well right there. Is that what that icon means? I'm gonna guess that's what that icon means. Well, it's gonna be a well now. Yeah, I'm gonna put a well there. That seems like a good idea. Okay. So yeah, big pub tavern area that takes up this whole road here. A thin building of a barber's that sticks into there. And a big old rectangle of a building for the inn. Seems like a good idea. Then we gotta build the like train bridge designed thing here. Because I want this to look kind of like those big timber bridges that you'd see in the Wild West with a train going across it, except this is just, it's a road. it's just how you get to the town. You just take this bridge right here. Yes. Okay, is there anything else? Put that away, put this away, put those away, that away. Ooh. Sunny. You know, I feel like there should be a higher cloud density. Better clouds. Width, height, spacing, sampling affects the detail frequency. Cloud distance. Oh, I see. It's how far away I can see clouds. Yeah, alright. Generation? Random placement, fuzziness. How well defined the outline of clouds are. Okay. Sparsity. Removes this percentage of individual cloud cubes. Ah, okay, well I want more, not less. Height range, height offset. Vertical distance between individual cloud cubes. So if I double that. Oh, okay, so that can change how vertical a cloud becomes. Okay, that's cool. Height offset. And that changes, yeah, how high the clouds are in the sky. Interesting. You know, let's raise it up 64 blocks. Okay, I can't do 50 exactly. We'll just do 56 then. Time source pointiness. How much the clouds Y height are increased towards the center. Okay, interesting. I love it when you find a spot that the devs missed. Betterclouds.config.entry.bottom sparsity description. Spacing, horizontal distance between individual cloud cubes. I'm guessing if I do this, yeah, it gets real sparse real quick. So I guess what if I lowered it down below normal? Interesting. Sampling scale affects the detail frequency. So miss a description. I've done that when I've been making hightail mods before, where you just forget to write a description. It just has a file directory as the description. How many clouds are generated at once? More. Yeah. Double it. That's cool. Travel speed. Oh, cool. So I can set how fast the clouds are moving through the space. Oh, that's neat. I like that. So we can set it to be really fast. Oh, look at that. The clouds are moving at 3 blocks per second. They're moving at that's 3 meters per second of movement. Yeah, let's probably lower that down. We'll just do like, let's double the speed. Yeah, there we go. I like that. That looks better. How much the size of individual cloud cubes changes dynamically. Wind speed, how fast the size of individual clouds changes dynamically. Okay, cool. I love mods with this much customization in it. It's why I really liked the shader I was using, because it had a ridiculous amount of customization available to it. Even though it's repeating some of these details in a couple places, that's still fine, because that means that you can always find what you're looking for, because it's not locked to one specific page that you didn't think of it being on. Yeah, I like that. We made a couple little changes. I like that. And this is the mod Better Clouds, by the way. Better Clouds. It's very nice. Can make your game look really nice. Only problem is they render on top of voxy chunks. So if you have the voxy long distance sight mod, then sometimes the clouds will load in on top of what you're looking at. So like if I go far enough from our UFO, oh hey, there's a lack of torches back here. If I go far enough from our UFO, the clouds will actually render on top of the UFO instead of behind it. Yeah, see, there we go. So the UFO is now being rendered by Voxy, not by Minecraft, and the clouds are now on top. So that's a slight issue, especially if you live in a large valley where the mountains are further than your render distance away, because then you can see the clouds through the mountains. But that is my only gripe with this mod. Everything else about it is perfect, and I love it. It's great. And the fact that it has shader support default, like that's brilliant. I love it. Hello, transparent mountains. Technically transparent mountains. They're not actually transparent, but they look it. Oh, thank you for the scute. There we go. Not a big deal then for something with so much customizability? Yeah. Yeah. Why was I coming in here? Oh yeah, I was making a bunch of half slabs. Right, I remember now. So we're gonna need a bunch of them, so I'm gonna make a bunch of them. All the floor plans we're gonna make. Also, I downloaded, oh, what was it? Was it just one mod that did it, or was it a feature of another mod? It might have been a singular mod I downloaded just for this effect, because I really like it. But I think you guys will agree, this will look really cool. We're gonna make a bunch of fake chimneys, by the way, at some point. I don't know where I'm gonna put them, but there's gonna be fake chimneys on a number of these buildings. One, because then you have cover when you're up on top of the buildings, and two, then I can put these in. Which, you might go, okay, Levi, that's a campfire, and it looks like a campfire. What's so special about this particular campfire? Well, I downloaded a visual mod which changes how the smoke works. And I think it looks really cool. The smoke actually moves off to the side. Typically in Minecraft, the smoke just goes straight up. It doesn't tilt at all. But what's cool about this mod is one campfire gives you a bit of smoke, a relatively realistic amount of smoke. Now watch this. I'm gonna add a second campfire and look, the smoke's already darker. And it's thicker. And it's staying thicker together. And it creates a much larger kind of billowing smoke that you could use as like a smoke signal kind of thing. And then you can add, I think it's like up to 4, makes it the maximum size. I can see a train being built with this. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Look at that. With 4 campfires, it makes an absolutely huge pillar of smoke. But you basically have a big old bonfire going at this point, so that kind of makes sense. So yeah, we're definitely going to have something with this much smoke billowing out of it right here at the mine. And then all the little houses will also have little smokestacks coming off of them as well. And look, the wind changed direction. So the campfire smoke changed direction as well. I love it. It looks so cool. Yeah. So the smoke won't always be going the same direction. It will change dynamically throughout the day and the weather. See, now the wind's speeding up, so now the smoke is billowing to the side faster. It's such a cool mod. Which one was it? Mods. Yeah, that's it. It's just it's just better smoke, which it actually has a few settings. Interesting. Oh, you can set it to be dynamic or a specific direction. Ooh, that's cool. So with a train, it would trail behind the train as it moves. If the train could move, yes, it would. But you can't get a moving train in Minecraft that has a campfire on it. So unfortunately, it wouldn't work that way. For that look, though, you could just set the wind direction to be like east or south or west or north, depending on which direction your train is facing, and that would make the smoke look like it's going in the direction that the train is moving. But we're not doing that, so I'm just going to leave it on dynamic. Oh, that's a lot of settings. A lot of settings I cannot scroll through because there's no scroll bar on this menu. But yeah, so we're definitely going to use this somewhere. Where exactly? Couldn't tell you. We're definitely going to use it somewhere. Campfire on the minecart? No, can't do that either. Unfortunately. Campfires are not a block that can be moved around by pistons. Last time I checked, at least. So there's not a whole lot of actually mobile stuff you could do with a campfire. I'm just gonna extend these all the way back to the hill, and we'll come up with something more dynamic later, probably. We'll cut this off based off of the distance that the building actually goes. And this one goes this way. Need a bit of basic terracotta. Dang, this guy creates scutes pretty quickly. I might put like a minecart, like a hopper minecart underneath him to pick up the scutes over time. Might be worth my while to do that. I could potentially be selling dog armor to people on the server to protect their dogs. All those dogs that they have. I don't think a lot of people on the server use dogs. But if they did, I could make armor for them because I have a little scute farm, little guy. There we go. Two there, two there, two there. Okay. Two there, two there, two there. What about the actual door? Okay. I think this one will actually enter on a 2-block. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's how wide I want the entrance to the tavern. The saloon. That's the word. Tavern, pub, speakeasy, saloon. Those are the words that could describe this place. There we go. All right, let's get our floor in here. The Golden Nugget Saloon. You know what? That's a brilliant name for it. Call the saloon the Gold Nugget. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's funny is that I can even use an armor stand to hold a giant gold nugget as the sign for the establishment. So this saloon is going to serve kind of double purpose in this town. If you were to enter from the main center of town, if you were to come in here and enter through here, you would see a saloon as expected. There'd be some tables scattered around, probably a dartboard on that wall over there, and a bar probably right here horizontally. However, it wouldn't stop over here. The room would continue going this way and the bar would go around the corner. That is because in this town, the saloon serves double duty. It has the biggest kitchen in town, and that's partially because it was funded by the mining company. Or at least an addition to the saloon was commissioned by the mining company, because the mining company didn't want to build their own place to feed all of the workers. And with the tavern being, or the saloon, the tavern, whatever, with the Golden Nugget being right here, well, it was right next door already. So people were already coming from the mine to have lunch at the Golden Nugget. So the mine paid to extend the building over this way and add an official lunch kind of area for their workers to be in that was even closer, so they didn't have to walk down the road and walk in. They could just leave the mining area, walk up across the road, and they would have access to the company's, what is the word I'm looking for? Cafeteria? That is a word for it. A snack shack, essentially, yeah. So there's a proper, like, almost restaurant built into the building. It's not a restaurant, because it's more for the company's employees, but it is a dedicated dining space. Even if it's not a, nice dining space, it is still a dedicated dining section of the building. So that is what will be on this part of the building that we're kind of putting the floor in for right now. There we go. And that might be where the back of the building is. And perhaps even the side of the building, yeah. There we go. No, I think it's gotta go a couple more blocks this way. At least 2 or 3. Yeah. Yep, this is the size of building I'm looking for here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. So the bar section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a little bit bigger. Now, why is that name coming up in my head? I don't know why, and I'm gonna run it past you guys for what you think about this name. But for some reason, my brain wants to say that the name of the bartender or the owner of the establishment is one Mr. Mahogany. How does that sound? If he's not the bartender, he's gotta be someone in town. Hey, Mr. Mahogany. That's just too good of a name to pass up on. He could be the owner of the gold mine. Bartender doesn't typically go by Mr. Okay, so he's not the bartender. He's someone in this town, though. Someone in this town is named Mahogany. We just gotta figure out who. There we go. And put in a trapdoor at the end. Excellent. And then actually, I did say that the bar continues this way, didn't I? I think I gotta extend the bar by 1 block out. Whoops. Regard him as a wealthy business owner. Okay, yeah, so he's gotta be someone who owns land in the town. He could be perhaps the mayor? The mayor, Mr. Mahogany? I could see that as being the mayor's name. Perhaps. Yes. I do like the sound of that. Will we have a banker? Yes, there will be someone who, like, there's gonna be a banker. I guess I should, like, write down all the people who live in this town. Banker generally owns a lot, as loans were given and were not paid back, the banker would seize. Oh, okay, yeah. So Mr. Mahogany is the owner of the bank. I could definitely see that with Mahogany being, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a woodworker, Mahogany being a rich kind of wood. At least it sounds like a rich kind of wood. Sleazy banker does it on purpose. Right, yeah. Purposely puts businesses out of business so that he can own the land that they're built on. Yep, that definitely sounds like the guy. Ooh, Wilfred Mahogany. Yeah. Yeah, that would work. There we go, and that's the door to the kitchen. And there'll probably be a side door to the kitchen right here as well. Yeah, so we're going more diner style over here. Saloon style over here. That's what we're looking at. Mm-hmm. Typically these went up, didn't they? These would open up, not down. Yeah, there we go. It is annoying that if you want it to go up, it has to be on the block above, not the block below. But whatever. Okay, so that gives us a general idea of the shape of that building. Cool, cool. Let's go work on a different one, because that's what we're doing for this part of the episode. We're not actually building any of the buildings. We're going around and putting in the floor plans for the buildings. Now this building, unlike that one and that one, which have large forward areas and smaller back end areas, except that one's pretty much equal, like front of house and back of house is like the same size. This one's gonna have a relatively small front of house and a larger back of house. Ollie Finkelstein's Feed and Tack. Oh, for like the general store, you mean? Nah, I feel like you should have a more normal name. Jet? Jet could be the name. Jeb Cooper. Yeah, Jeb Cooper. I don't mind that. Actually, that's pretty good. That's a good name. There we go. And we'll put half slabs in there later to fill that out a bit more. Jeb is good. Jet sounds more like a cowboy. Well, Jet could have been a cowboy in the past. But, like, something happened, and so he had to settle down and open a general store instead. It's not a bad idea. Could do something like that. This Wild West town's become a collaborative writing project on the stream. And I don't mind that at all. I think that's kind of fun. Cowboys generally aim to buy land and start ranching. Okay. Right then. Probably not. I'm definitely gonna have to comb through the chat after this and see how much stuff I want to copy over to like a Word doc of the lore of the town, who lives here, what their jobs are, what do they do. Cowboy would feel constrained working in the store? Probably. Good point, good point. Here we go. There's a lore fight going on in my comment section. Oh boy. We'll see what I pick to be the official lore of the town. But nothing's set in stone just yet. I typically like to mull over this kind of stuff, unless it's like a flash of inspiration that comes to me, like the lunchroom and the tavern. Five blocks? Yeah, 5 blocks. And then you get the back of house area. And not necessarily are these walls going to stay made out of the material they're currently made of. I'm mostly using this as a way to figure out how everything's set up. How many blocks? There we go. Maybe one more block in. Yeah. Yeah, that seems a bit better. Gets more vertical windows going on in here. So this is the front of house part of the bank. And then, oops. Whoopsies. Get rid of that. We got the tellers right here. And then the door to the back. Actually, hold on. Nope, nope. We'll do a teller right here. And this will be the door to the back. There you go. So you walk in, the 2 bank tellers are right here. And then the door to the back side of the building is right here. Yeah. Yeah. Nope, too short of doorway. Gotta be a little bit taller. I'm probably going to take the proportions of this building and stretch them vertically to kind of give this building more of a loom to it. And this building will not have an upper entrance to it. It's just going to be sunken into the ground to protect the vault. So where this building, when they were building this one, they just kind of built the next part of the building up onto the next floor and then later dug out the basement to match with the building next to it. In this one, they just dug into the hill and just put the safe in there. Yeah, I like that. So Mahogany's office will be back here, as well as, for one, the entrance to the teller area. Right here. And then probably Mahogany's office would be right after that. There we go, that's Mahogany's office. And then back here is the actual safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this way. There we go. Yeah, there's your floor plan. Teller's office, Mahogany's office, and then the safe. Nice. Looking good. And this building will be the first building in town that has art on the wall. Because of course, the bank has the money to purchase art to put on a wall. So they do. There we go. That would be the kind of like area, I guess. No, like, nope. That is the wrong block. Nope. Come on. There we go. Like that, and that. There we go. That's a teller location, bank teller location. Mm-hmm. There we go. We'll make the vault floor have something sturdier, most likely. Okay. Right. This is... Throwing together just some of the floor plans is making this whole area come together a lot faster than previously expected. And that's good. That's good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then the barber will kind of just be like slotted in between these two buildings. Okay. Just throw these in here. Bring out the other terracotta that we use for actually building stuff. Is Floyd the barber? Yeah, I like Floyd. Floyd's the barber. I think Floyd might also be notably an out-of-towner. Because, okay, now, correct me if I'm wrong, because this definitely was the case in the medieval era, but I don't know about as much about Wild West. Barbers and surgeons, when did those two jobs start kind of moving apart? Because I was thinking in this town that the barber is also the local, like the town doc. Would that be accurate for the era, or was that already not the case by the Wild West times? Doc Holliday. I think barber and dentist were similar. Oh, that kind of makes sense. Like, it doesn't, but it kind of makes sense. Right, so surgeon was different, but dentist was similar. Okay, I'll look into that. If those jobs were separate by that point in history, I'll probably add another building further down that way for the town doctor. That sounds right. Town doctor. Yeah, okay, that probably was a thing by that point then, if that sounded correct. Barber also offered baths for 5 cents. Interesting. Huh. You'll learn something new every day. I think the doctor likely had enough business to be separate in the West. Okay, yeah. So, doctor was a separate occupation by that point in history, most likely. Don't know what that rustling sound was. There we go. Okay. Right. So I'm probably going to do some research before the next episode so that I know more about this stuff and probably write some stuff down as well. But I think we're about good for today. We've done quite a lot of work. From finishing the sign for the sheriff's office, that looks a lot better now, gotta be honest. To building this entire structure, though I did forget this part right here. Yeah, lots of work's been done today, and I am a big fan of just about all of it. I love this maze. It's so well done. Let me just patch these holes. There we go. There we go. Perfect. All right. So let me just make my way out of the storage room. All right. So I guess if I go like this. Perfect. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed today's episode, because I know I did. And yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun in the next episode as we come up with some more floor plans before we will probably start getting onto the rest of the town. With this camera angle, I'm actually really enjoying this spot. I think I've set this up perfectly, and I might start more episodes here because this just looks good. This is a good spot to start an episode on. We'll probably just keep this camera angle for the start of the next episode. That's probably the case, unless I forget. In that case, I'll probably just be in the middle of building something around town. So, yeah. Is an interesting town, to say the least. Indeed, yes. So I hope you all enjoyed today, and I hope you'll join us all next time. On Saturday, we'll be back in Backpack Hero, as usual, as our normal series. And then on Monday, we'll be in Hightail, finishing up some of the projects that we were working on last episode. And then back here on Wednesday for more Tower SMP. So, I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day, have a great week. God bless, and goodbye, and I will see you all next time. I just realized I need to click some buttons to actually... Not that one. This one. There we go. All right, bye-bye!
Transmission complete.
Thank you for joining us today on GCR. It is at this time we would like to thank our Patreon supporters, starting with our commander level patrons. Montana Big Sky, thanks for 4 years of support. If you would like to join our crew and support this channel, please check out patreon.com/GameCrossRoads.